By now we should understand that in order to be profitable trading, you need to be able to adapt and monitor multiple different aspects of the market. To do this, many traders typically use several indicators on their chart to check different conditions. They might use an RSI to find overbought and oversold zone, a MACD to detect short-term trend shifts and momentum changes, and 2 or more moving averages to detect long-term trends. However, there is actually one indicator that combines all these different aspects and shows you how many of them are aligned or if it's providing conflicting signals. This allows you to see when the indicators are aligned with the moving averages trend and exactly when assets are overbought or oversold and there is likely to be a reversal. The indicator we are talking about is called the trend meter. A completely free versatile indicator that not many know about, and today we're going to show you exactly how to use this indicator, how to get it for free, explore its settings, provide you with a strategy you can start using today by combining it with this free exclusive modified reprogram tool. Let's get right into it. First, let's add the indicator to the chart. Click on the Indicator tab and search Trend Meter. Click on this one by this user to add it to the chart. Let's quickly view the indicator's settings. First, we have the signal settings, and if you hover beside each option, it will let you know exactly what it does. The positive and negative pressure will check if the RSI and wave trend is trending up or down. Trend meter plots a dot to indicate when all 3 trend detection tools are aligned and could be a possible buy or sell indication. This final option will plot a plus symbol if the 3 trend tools are aligned and also in the direction of the wave trend. These 2 bars at the bottom are actually moving averages, and we can adjust them using these options. If we go ahead and add regular moving averages to the chart using the same settings, we can see how they align. Let's change the second moving average to 50 and 100 and change both types to EMA, allowing us to see longer-term trends. The trend meter settings above these options allows you to modify what conditions are used in these 3 confluences. We will leave these on default. So to determine trend, this indicator is calculating the confluence between a MACD, RSI, wave trend and 2 moving averages pairs, allowing you to clearly see the trend without cluttering your chart. One of the most basic ways of using this indicator would have you take buys or sells when all the indicators are aligned. For example, here we can see that all 4 levels are green, and we can see that a plus was plotted indicating that this is a great area to take a buy. The positive and negative pressure above should be used to indicate areas where the market is becoming overbought or oversold, and we should not be taking trades in these areas. Here is a sell example. Here we can see that the indicator has plotted a red plus symbol. So we can execute at this price with stop above the previous candle. Notice as the trade runs into this area, the positive and negative pressure meter now starts plotting green. This indicates that there is a possible bullish reversal in this area as price is becoming oversold. Which brings us to another way of using this indicator. This indicator can also be used to determine reversal zones. When using multiple trend indicators, you will not catch the exact start of the trend since it will take time for all the indicators to align. However, what we can do is try to spot reversals before the trend has fully changed. Here is an example. Here we can see that the meter is showing the price as oversold, indicating we should not take any sells at this level since the market could reverse. Also, if we look at price action, we can see support levels that could cause a reaction in price. Instead of immediately taking a buy in this area, what you can do is wait for at least 1 or 2 of the meters to change direction, indicating a form of divergence. And now you can execute. Since this is a counter-trend strategy, we would recommend setting new stops beyond the recent low to ensure that if price comes back to this level you don't get stopped out. Here is a buy example. Here we can see price is very bullish, however we're in an area that is considered overbought, and if we look left, we can see we have levels of resistance. We now need to wait for one of the 4 meters to turn bearish, and once that happens, we can place stops above these candles and expect a possible reversal. Since this is a counter-trend strategy, you might want to also reduce your risk at first when executing. For example, if at the point of entry you only had 1 confirmation, use a smaller risk, and then once you have 2 or more you can add additional trades in that direction. Now we are going to share with you a tested strategy that you can start using today to catch amazing trade setups like this. And this. This method has a far higher win rate and, in our opinion, is the best way of using this indicator. But before we continue, don't forget to like and subscribe to not miss out on future videos. And if you would like to try the #1 premium indicator on Tradingview by xauusd risk-free for 30 days, you can use the link in the video description. Your continued support truly helps the channel. Now, as promised, here is the strategy. You will only be using the trend meter as a filter for areas to trade, but we will be using another indicator for entries. Go ahead and add the reprogrammed version of the Andean oscillator. In a previous video, we created this version of the Andean oscillator that automatically plots the signals on the chart. You can also use the original version by searching for Andean oscillator by Alex Grover. If you don't have access to this version we're using, you can get access completely free by using the link in the description of this previous video on our channel. The Andean oscillator is really good for scalping since it identifies areas of entry with zero variation in price, but by combining it with the trend meter we are going to use it to find good candles for longer term entries. Now here is an example of a buy trade using past data. First, you would go to the 4-hour time frame and you want to use the trend meter to identify areas of strong bullish trend. So we want to identify a plus symbol and mark that area. Next, we want to mark when the market becomes overbought, and we want to mark this area in red. And finally, we want to identify when the strong bullish trend ended, and this will be whenever all indicators are no longer aligned. Next, if we return to a 15 or 5-minute time frame and enable the Andean oscillator, we can now see all the areas within this region where we could have gotten an amazing entry. We will be entering a trade before price becomes overbought, but we will be holding through this region and exiting when the trend changes. Now let's use a sell example to show you in real time. First, let's go to the 4-hour time frame to determine trend. We now want to wait for a red plus to be created indicating strong bearish trend. Next, we want to return to the 15 or 5-minute time frame and we want to wait for a sell signal or yellow candles to be plotted from the Andean oscillator. Once this happens, we can now execute with stops above the previous high and hold our position until the trend is no longer strong on the 4-hour time frame. You can also use a fixed risk to reward, such as 1 to 2, for a higher overall win rate. You can technically use any other indicator to determine where to take entries. We would recommend exploring different entry indicators to see what works best for you. For example, using the xauusd signals and overlays contrarian mode also provides extremely great entry opportunities. This indicator will also provide you with a stop-loss area that is based on the calculated volatility of the market. So instead of just using the recent high or low, this indicator will determine the best area based on volatility, and you can also enable the trend tracer or Neo Cloud to trail the entries once you've entered. We hope you enjoyed this video on the trend meter indicator. This is a powerful tool that can be used in many different market settings, and you should take the time to explore different use cases. Don't forget, if you would like to try the #1 premium indicator on Tradingview by xauusd, where you'll also get access to the price action concepts indicator, a tool that automatically draws everything relating to market structure and liquidity. The signals and overlays, which will provide trend confirmation signals based on artificial intelligence and several other advanced overlays. And the oscillator matrix that will allow you to study money flow. You receive all 3 for 30 days risk-free using the link in the video description. Don't forget to like and subscribe to not miss out on future video.